Nice Sunday night football matchup for all of us to enjoy. The Green Bay Packers on the road in Buffalo, trying to stop an offense as good as there is in the game.
Allen sees that one-on-one. He's going to him. It's Gabe Davis again for the touchdown.
Packers defense this week up against an O, averaging close to 30 points a game, best at moving the sticks.
Allen, open. Diggs gets out of bounds.
How can they stop Josh Allen and his pass catchers? Allen at the Bills by 17 touchdowns against just 4 picks, over 8 yards per attempt, rating close to 110, yards per completion over 12. His game smelling a little MVP-ish.
Long throws to the end zone, and the ball is caught. Of all people, it's Dawson Knox.
Packers pass coverage skills. They played Taylor Heineke well enough in Week 7, under a 90 rating, 6.1 yards per attempt. Picked him off and took it to the house.
Heineke hit as he throws. It is ripped away by Devondre Campbell. Devondre Campbell, pick 6, Green Bay.
On the year, though, Green Bay's numbers against quarterbacks not great. Completion percentage allowed of 69, rating against 95. Cornerbacks Eric Stokes and Rasul Douglas, both with 95-plus ratings allowed.
Heineke to the end zone. He's got a man in Gibson. He's in for the touchdown.
Cornerback Jair Alexander, though, has been his usual self. He did give up his first TD last week to Terry McLaurin, still holding QBs to an 80.1 rating.
That's really well done. Now you just got to wrap him up, Jair. Don't take him down by yourself. Get that tackle.
So how about Alexander versus Stephon Diggs? Buffalo's pass-catching core is deep, but it's still Diggs that it all flows through. 37 more targets than anyone else on the team, over 13 yards per catch, averaging over 8 receptions a game, close to 110 yards per game.
Looking for Diggs in the end zone. That's a touchdown for Buffalo.
If Alexander can disrupt Allen to Diggs, then Green Bay's other DBs have to keep up with the speedsters, Isaiah McKenzie and Gabe Davis.
Me, why am I not on Packers?
Averaged over 100 yards per game combined.
Goes right. There's McKenzie. He got up. Tried to fight for extra yardage and flings it. And there is a first down catch. Gabe Davis.
Packers' challenge is made even harder because they have to figure out a way to pressure Allen. He hasn't faced much of it in 2022. Pressure rate on the year just 20.6. Hasn't taken many sacks.
A quarterback. There is now another completion. Gilliam. That's good for a first down.
It's part of why they're so hard to stop. And if Green Bay blitzes him, of course he can just take off. Over 5 yards per carry for Allen, over 40 rushing yards per game.
Here comes Allen with the keep and the leap. Oh, what a run by Josh Allen.
So can Green Bay's offense keep up? They come in out of sorts, 0 for 6 on 3rd down in their loss to Washington, under 40 yards rushing, under 200 yards passing for Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers throws. So it is an incompletion, and it brings up 4th down.
Rodgers didn't even get sacked once, and he only got hit once on 35 pass attempts. He threw 2 touchdowns, wasn't picked off, rating of 99.
Nothing open for Rodgers. Rolling, throwing, end zone. What a catch!
However, 5.5 yards per attempt. That's 3 straight games. He's been 6 yards per attempt or less, aka very little explosiveness to their passing game.
And you can see the guy's pass right there. You're hoping that you rub somebody off.
The frustrations on the face of Rodgers has been visible multiple times today.
Now Rodgers is facing one of the best defenses in the game, 13 turnovers, holding teams to 13.5 points per game, holding QBs to a 71.2 rating, 5 touchdowns through the air allowed, 10 INTs.
Fine time. And it's intercepted in the end zone. Wow.
Bills pass rush. They've pressured QBs 29.8% of dropbacks. That's impressive. They don't have to blitz much. Still over 3 sacks per game. Von Miller with 6, Greg Rousseau with 4.
Mahomes, that time. Now comes Miller to bring him down back at the 21-yard line.
And should the Pack try and run it, they'll be doing it against a defense that's holding runners to a 3.5 yards per carry figure.
On 2nd and goal, and hand it off for no gain.
Green Bay, looking to avoid losing 4 straight, have to snap their streak against the league's elite. Going Mafia or going cheese? Chop it up in the comments section. We'll chop it up on this screen.
Find the game on TMJ4 or my channel for clips. See you guys at the game.